How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. We have ourselves some interesting information today, ladies and gents. We've got some freaking leaks, I think, at least based on who it's being posted by, which is from, of course, Riddler. Now, if you guys do not know Riddler, just a quick explanation on him. He is a insider who's leaked information in the past. He makes these riddles, like he'll just post a bunch of images, and those images are supposed to hint at something. And in this case, he's made a new post. And he's been correct in the past. Most recently, he's been very correct. But he tweeted this out right here, which is pretty intriguing. It was basically just him tweeting, "Soon, this new mega," and then just a little like kiss emoji. But what is this image actually showing us, and what can we learn from this? Well, I'm going to go off of my first impression when I see this, and then we're also going to get into all of it. Now, first of all, the actual stuff that's on this image is pretty self-explanatory. First of all, we have Pokemon Green version, because it says green and then yo. Of course, green being the Japanese exclusive version of the game, unless I'm guessing it's Pokemon Green version. It could also just be that the person named their rival as green, but it doesn't really matter. Point is, the palette is green, the character's called Green. Okay, cool. It's just old school Gen 1. But what's the next thing? Well, the next thing is a scene directly out of Pokemon the first movie. You guys may remember Pokemon the first movie. If you remember there, Mewtwo in that case had this specific armor that Team Rocket made for them. You can actually see Giovanni right there with his Persian, and this is Armored Mewtwo. You guys may know Armored Mewtwo because there is versions of Armored Mewtwo that were like released, I think, in Pokemon Go, if I'm not mistaken, way back, like during Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, during that period of time, when like they were doing like the Pokemon Go cross promotion and all that. I think they released like an Armored Mewtwo that you could actually have. I don't know if that's available. Like, I know for a fact you cannot transfer to Scarlet and Violet or anything, but there was an Armored Mewtwo though at some point, right? That was an actual thing. So the question then becomes, okay, is this supposed to imply that we're going to have a Pokemon that's maybe similar to Armored Mewtwo in the sense that it's a Pokemon that's been enhanced, or like, you know, it's got maybe robotic parts on it that have been attached to it by humans? Because remember, we do have Quasar Tico, which is that like organization that we know of, that's ran by Jet and of course her bodyguard Vinny. Are they related to this? Are they going to be like taking some Pokemon and turning it into this? Is it going to be specifically Mewtwo? That's also a possibility. And then the last thing here is, of course, this creature right here. And if you don't know this, this is a Digimon. So Digimon, of course, a rival franchise to Pokemon, and this thing is literally called Angimon. Now, Angimon, if we look it up real quick here, Angimon is an angel Digimon. It has 6 shining wings, and its body is clad in cloth, so pure white as to be divine. It is a being of perfected virtue, and although it is called a Digimon that brings happiness when confronting evil, it does not stop attacking with extreme composure until the opponent is completely annihilated. So, again, very interesting. Why is this included here, right? Why would that be included? Well, if you guys do not know, there has been talks, and there's been this existing rumor that one of the new legendaries in Legend ZA is going to be called Angie, or Anja, or whatever, like something along those lines. And also Angie, I think, is just a shortened version of Angel, so maybe we are going to be getting a Pokemon that's similar to that. The only thing I don't understand in this post is literally going to be the green, like the actual trainer green here. Now, you guys may figure it out, and if you do, then let me know. But honestly, I don't get it. I don't get what the green part has to do with it here. Maybe that's the color, or maybe the green is relating to Zygarde itself, because Zygarde is green. Maybe that's the relationship that's supposed to be here. But he literally says, "Soon, this new mega." So again, this can go in a lot of different directions. Is it A, a mega for a new Pokemon? B, is it the Mega Evolution designed for Mega Zygarde? FYI, I think I've seen an image of that one, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks pretty doo-doo, but nonetheless though, I'm just confused. I'm just very confused about this. And we have actually a few theories and a few things. For example, Jan just said, "Genuinely cannot wait for the meltdown within the community that day," implying that Jan probably knows what this is related to, or what this exactly is. And people are just asking, you know, what is it? Like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Right? You know, what could it possibly be? And then, of course, we have some theories from, of course, Soul Silver, who says, "Ayo, Pokemon leak discussion time." Now, we love some new riddles, but now we might know one of these new megas. They could reveal in July 22nd Presents, because you guys may also know there's going to be a Pokemon Presents on July the 22nd, which is coming up very soon. So just keep in mind that is happening only within like what, another what are we, 19 days away? It's like, yeah, dude, it's like 2.5 weeks until that. So not a long time, guys. It's this month. It's not long from now. So we do have that to look forward to, which means we could see whatever he's hinting at revealed there. So we'll see. But it says, I gotta say though, if they only reveal one new mega, I'm going to be disappointed. I think a lot of us will be. I hope they reveal more than one. Anyway, looking at this, I think the first question is this one big riddle for one new mega, or is there more than one here? Which is a good question, because that's kind of what I'm wondering about as well, because it doesn't really tell you much. Like, you cannot really tell looking at this exactly what, like, you know, he's saying. Is it like one thing? Is it more than one thing? Because when he's done these pictures in the past, like, this is a collage he made for previous, like either like megas or whatever else. And when he's done it in the past, multiple images are individual for specific things. So, like, for example, I'm trying to think of like an example here, like the horse thingy up there, like the one with like multiple legs. I think that's for like Scolipede, which is supposed to get a mega, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was meant to be for. But he says though, when we look at his previous riddles, we see that each image represents one Pokemon, but these images have a little less order to them. Could they be just 1 or 2 or 3 separate megas? Then again, they seem to have their own separate themes. Can they all be connected? Based on the previous info we've had, one of these megas we should be able to guess more easily. And then of course, people have their own theories. Some saying it's A from ZA, Z equals Zygarde, and A equals Angie. And Angie, of course, again, is that, you know, like I said, it is the Digimon itself there, which we already looked up. Then also, Train Phalanx here says here, I'm gonna guess from the starter screen bit, it means you might start with a Zygarde cell, with the Mewtwo representing this is about a legendary, and the end thing is Mega Zygarde, which you get. Which, I mean, it could be. That's a good theory. That's kind of where I was going as well with this, with my thought process, but again, who knows? Then Mega Dragonite is an absolute candidate because of Angimon. For the picture of Giovanni, I'd say Mega Malamar, my guess because of the Hypnosis coins. Lastly, Mega Starters, and if they are different megas, if it's just one mega, definitely guarantee Dragonite. Now, I don't know if it's, I mean, it could be Dragonite, but I'm telling you, he could do way different riddles that would still do a good enough job and be vague enough. That this doesn't feel, at least to me, like it's related to Dragonite. Like, it just doesn't fit. Like, I know what Dragonite looks like, so it doesn't make sense that that's what he would be referring to. Like I said, I've seen a few things. I haven't seen every single mega. Like, I've seen like a few images of them, but like I don't know, maybe 5 out of the 20 plus that are in the game. But this doesn't feel like it'll be related to that necessarily. Now, I could be wrong. I could just be mistaken, and that's exactly what he's referring to here. But I'm just saying, I feel like there could be something else here too. But again, Riddler, like I said, he tweeted this out, and he hasn't really said much else. If we look down at the replies here, people are like, Blaze says, Mega Kalos starters. Maybe that's what the starter part here is referring to. Mega Dragonite, possibly like the Angie one, and the Mega Malamar, possibly like this part right here. So it could be that. It could be like what Blaze says there. But who actually knows? Like, that's the thing. We're gonna have to wait and see. Is it related to one? Is it related to more? We don't know. Now, the other thing I want to bring up as well is, and I've mentioned this a few times, but it's something that's been easily forgotten, and I'm going to repost this right now, which is that a new app is something that he tweeted. And here's the funny part. He tweeted this on the 28th of May. Now, if you do not remember, the 28th of May, which was like, you know, not even last month, the month before last, that was when they specifically, that was the exact day, on this day, on the 28th of May, slightly after they tweeted the Pokemon Presents, he tweeted out this saying, a new app. A new app, implying that we possibly might be seeing a new game or a new, a new app. Something new is going to be probably showing up during that Presents in July, or the Presents in this, month in July. So that's what he was implying here. The question then becomes, okay, but what could that be, right? Like, what is it that he's hinting at here? Because he hasn't really tweeted a lot. Like, normally Ku, he has his periods where he just starts posting a lot, and then periods where he just stops, posting at all. Moments where he comes in, comes out. For example, here he tweeted like, I am L. If you guys do not know, Lysander, the villain of Pokemon, X and Y, he is back in this game, and his name is going to be L. Like, he's literally going to be referring to himself just as L rather than his full name Lysander. He also did the entire like collage thing, as we already talked about, like hinting at a bunch of megas in here through the use of these images. Now, again, I cannot remember all of them because it's been a while since I looked through all of them. I can't remember all the megas at the top of my head, but we already covered these so well, in previous videos. You can just check those out instead. And of course, in the back of the, in 2024, he already hinted at Quasar Tico. As you can see, Quasar and then Tico, like T-I-C-O. There you go. So he already like hinted at stuff. So we know he does have legitimate information. There's no question about that. And also, I don't really remember exactly what this was about. This was on the 18th of April. And I think this was meant to hint at like this right here, which, by the way, this drawing is a relatively accurate representation, relatively, not exactly, of what Mega Zygarde's going to look like. It's a really good interpretation. Not exact, but really, really good. And I guess that's what he was implying here. And then the banana part, that I just do not remember what that was meant to be implying. But nonetheless, though, that's what Ku's been tweeting. I'm very interested now because he hasn't tweeted in a while, and whenever he does come out with actual info, it is worthwhile paying attention to. So what do you guys think? What are your theories? Let me know in the comment section down below. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. There's not really much else to mention. There hasn't been anything else happening in terms of like other info. For the most part, I think there hasn't really been anything else besides like the usual updates for Pokemon Go, just the regular stuff. There hasn't really been much else than that from Pokemon themselves. So yeah, there hasn't really been a lot, pretty much just the usual stuff. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.